You alright?
You're used to it. Oh. Drove our car there last week.
Oh, nice one.
Around the car park.
Mm-hmm.
Practicing my bay parking.
How did that go?
It went fine. Yeah, manoeuvring wise and stuff like that. So, yeah. Jess kept telling me off for not doing my proper checks. But it's the brake on it is so sharp. I'm not used to it at all. And even she said it took forever. You barely have to touch it. You're like,
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you can do to soften that up. I don't know.
I don't know. She said she just kind of gets used to it.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of just
Yeah.
get used to how much pressure you need to apply.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, and I got a new job.
Oh,
I went for the interview and they offered me the position.
Like librarian.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well chuffed. Yeah. Super
Yeah.
chuffed.
No, I'll bet. Yeah, when did you start that then?
It'll be a while, yeah. Yeah, I've got to do all the DBS checks and stuff that they do going through the NHS, and then I've got an 8-week notice period where I am at the moment with my dad, so it'll be a little while.
Done the paperwork. I need to have a look what we need to be doing. Okay. So we haven't done reverse park yet, parallel park.
No.
Which is probably the next enough guy reversing back into a park position.
Yeah, so I can barely do that going in. Like,
I need to get ready, so
why can't I hear anything? I expect to hear something.
because the engine is electric.
Yeah.
And it'll kick in. It's on the electric motor at the moment.
There you go.
Bit of turn. Thank you.
Alright, I'm going right.
Yep, please.
I think it's because recently when I've been driving, I think you had it in sport mode or something. Remember I made a comment how it sounds different.
And this is always on eco.
Yeah.
Always. And even if we take it off, it's not that much different, to be honest.
Maybe it's just because it's been a while since I've been in it. It seems a while, a couple of weeks something now.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But yeah, chuffed that I got the job.
Yeah, good, yeah. I mean, I need to talk to you about next week anyway.
Okay.
I'll explain why. Yeah, that's it. So, I'm going down to London this weekend.
Lovely.
Looking to buy another car.
Oh yeah.
Found something that looks decent and reasonably honest, so I'm going to go and have a look. I'm going down that way anyway, visit family, so it's just an extra hour down. The point is you know, because I'm driving down, I can't drive 2 cars back. So I'm planning on going down next Thursday if I buy it.
Yeah.
Going down next Thursday on the train to pick it up and drive it back.
I thought you were about to ask me to come with you then. Right, you can drive one back.
Yes, mate. Well,
that's it, yeah.
Well, no, I'll put you on tow.
Yeah.
No, so turning left at the end of the road. So
yeah.
that's what I'm that's it. So I've got some space. For example, on the Friday morning, I've got a space.
I could do Friday morning.
Can you? Oh,
Yeah.
nice one. We'll work it out then.
I'm actually off
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week because we've got Jess's family coming up from Exeter, her Chinese family.
Yeah. Oh,
And I
cool.
think they're driving. It might be Thursday night or it might be Friday morning, but we're all off anyway. The kids are off, I'm off work. So Friday morning is not a problem at all.
Perfect.
But yeah, the only day I wouldn't be able to do next week is Wednesday because I think the plan is we're going to take the kids and go out for a nice long walk if the weather permits.
Yeah, so if I can move you on to the Friday morning,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and then that works really well for me as well.
yeah perfect.
Then you get your continuity going on. Oh, nice one, Tom. So it's straight on here.
Because another thing that we might have to look at in the future, depending on how long it takes me to start my new job, is I will be working Fridays. I'll be working all week, Monday to Friday, and I won't have the kind of freedom that I have now to be able to nip out and do a driving lesson. So I don't know. Well, I presume weekends are quite busy for you.
I'll work something out for you, Tom. I mean, I don't work Sundays, but I do work Saturdays, and with the summer coming on, I'd be. I don't know.
I mean, we could be looking 12 weeks before I know I start my new job, which would be out of time for you to retire. So
something like that.
yeah. So
no worries. Well, Tom, we'll work it out one way or the other, mate. No worries. I won't let you down. I'll find space for you. I mean, I'm quite happy to do evenings as well. Especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Not daft evenings, but
yeah.
Don't worry about it. Left lane as we go along here.
See, I almost made Jess make a mistake going down here because I was convinced that if you stayed in this left lane, you could go straight on.
No,
but you can't.
No,
It does.
left only, innit?
Yeah, it's left only, so you have to move over. I was like, nah, it's fine.
I mean, you could go straight on if you don't mind going off road.
Yeah.
So I'm taking out the odd ball out, a bit of theft auto, whatever.
Yeah. That's it.
Have you played that?
Yeah, of course.
I've never played it, but I've been thinking about getting GTA 4 for my PlayStation. I've only got a PlayStation 3, so now I've been reviewing it, and some people are saying GTA 4 is better than GTA 5, actually.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty good game. I kind of lost it with GTA 5, and now that GTA 6 is coming out, I don't think I'm going to bother with it, to be honest with you, because the game looks ever so samey.
Yeah, we're staying in this lane if we can, please. Yeah, so I thought I'd get myself that GTA 4 and get myself a bit of something to do when I retire, because I miss driving. I'm going to stay in this lane, taking us all the way to Chad.
Okay.
Middle lane for you, yeah, which is the left of the tools.
He's just gone through a red.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say, mate. The thing is, it's a very common sight these days, isn't it? Well, it is.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jess are awful. We're dead critical of people now that we're in the car and stuff like that.
Rightly so. Well, why not?
Right, and the roads are just full of terrible drivers, or just people who just don't give a toss. I think it's not that they're necessarily bad drivers. They could probably be perfectly adequate drivers. They just don't give a shit, and they just make it up as they go along, and they're inconsiderate, and it's just full of it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I mean, some of them purposely do it as well. I mean, you can see them speeding up to jump the red.
Yeah.
And I've seen them clear. I've seen one really jump it, and the one behind tailgating through.
Oh, we had a quite scary situation the other day, and I don't know where it was, but we'd done Jess's first proper motorway experience. She was coming back from, me and her just decided to take a trip up to IKEA last Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We'll come back down the M1, and there's a place along there. You do about 70 mile an hour, and there's a place along there where all of a sudden there seems to be just a country lane almost joining from your left, at kind of like a T-junction. So that country lane's kind of coming into. So you've got the traffic moving at 70 mile an hour, and then this guy in this Saab convertible just pulls out. And he's going from 0 to trying to get speed. He just didn't leave, and just really had to brake. Like it was quite scary actually. He thought he could just pull out. He needed to wait for a bigger gap. But yeah, I think it shook her a bit. She wasn't a massive fan of being on the M1.
A massive what?
She wasn't a massive fan of being on the M1.
I think motorway is one of them things, you know, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and it's quite a boring drive, to be honest.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, she's absolutely like, honestly, she keeps looking to me for like reassurance, but she's doing ace. Like, there's no wrong with her driving at all. And like, she parks on our street, like, gets it right every time now, even when it's like really busy and she's got small gaps to get into.
Practice makes perfect. Necessity as well. You know, if you need to do it, you find a way to do it.
Yeah.
And you work out. Oh, I expect she's pretty good at it now, is she?
Yeah. Spot on pretty much every time. Our problem with our street is everyone just kind of crams themselves in, and it actually becomes more difficult getting yourself out in the morning because everyone's kind of all
nosed up and top and tailed up. Yeah.
I was going to stop, but
you just have to do like multiple little shunts and carefully stop. Oh, you're a little bit late on your braking.
Yeah,
when you initially started braking, if you'd have just carried that on, you got it dead smooth. You kind of like you did a little bit, and then no, not enough.
What sort of repercussions in your lessons for braking too sharply, or that? Would you deem
minor mark on that one?
Minor
mark. Because you could have done it a lot. When you initially broke, it was perfect timing. You know, you still had plenty of time to do it smoothly, but you didn't apply your brakes, so it's just a minor braking fault on that one. However, depends how they feel about being annoyed, because the one thing guaranteed to wind up an examiner: sudden braking, sharp braking. They hate it.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Well, think about it. They spend their life in cars with people they don't know.
Yeah.
Braking in all kinds of ways. They get jolted around a lot.
So really, if you want to pass your tests, just don't piss off your examiner.
Yeah. Drive smoothly, safely. Imagine, you know, you've got, you know, the Queen or the King in the car or whatever, or that you may be chauffeuring, you know, somebody like that at the back, and just take your time. You see, you ask the examiners and they'll tell you, well, the only reason that you're doing sharp braking is because you're going too fast and not planning ahead enough. See, now this is much better braking. You've seen it early, you've started applying your brakes early, so you're doing the required braking over a greater distance. It's going to be smoother.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing it in my car then.
Well, yeah.
Just like that. Really, all of us had neck problems by the end of it if I was driving us. Car and nodding dogs.
That's always the thing when you're getting a new car. I should be test driving mine at the weekend, all being well.
What is it you've looked at?
I've got my eye on a Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid.
Oh, how wicked.
So 2 litre, 2 engines, same as this.
Is that the one you'll take with you when you retire then?
Well, initially, it's the UK spec, but I want one that I can use to transport me crap over. So, because this one's going to get sold.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm actually planning on buying the same model but a European spec. I'm thinking about buying one from like Germany or somewhere like that and importing it over there from Germany.
Yeah.
What we're thinking about, because you get good low mileage ones there at a decent price, plus the roads are nice and being looked after. So that's the idea. We just but if we can get one UK spec, then you've got options, you know. When you come back to UK, maybe you can use that one, I don't know. Or you just resell it on.
Where are we heading then?
Straight. Then we're going to be turning right before we get to the big roundabout. Going into the back end of Chad here. I'm going to find got a nice little area for you to learn a parallel park.
This will be the one, this is the one that Jess loves doing now.
She likes it, does she?
No.
Oh,
she likes it. It's just the one she has to do the most often now with home.
Yeah, and you know what? She'll get
She likes
to
reverse bay parking, that's her favourite. She likes reverse bay parking because she's quite good at it.
Yeah. Well, she'll be quite good at that. I mean, she's doing it most days. She drives to work now, doesn't she? Every day.
Yeah. She was winding her dad up actually, because he's got into the habit now of like every couple of weeks of just asking us to take him shopping because he doesn't drive. He lives in Mickleover, and honestly, he's like, I want to go to Aldi, and I want to go to Lidl, and I want to go to Tesco. Like, you live over the road from bloody Tesco, you don't need chauffeur in there.
Oh, just,
He wants to go to the bloody he wants to go to the bloody butchers. And sometimes he wants to go to Home Bargains, so we end up just spending the whole day just chauffeuring him around. And just
see, that's the thing, Tom. When you've got a license in a car, mate.
Tell me about it. So Jess always goes to these car parks, and she's always reverse bay parks. It's what she feels comfortable. And she's always like, well, if everyone reverse bay parked, you'd actually be able to see better.
Yeah,
you can see over the top of everyone's bonnets. And so on. And but he was just complaining, saying, "Oh, you just take too long doing
turning left. Next road on your left. Go on. That's it." But he was complaining about her parking.
Taking too long to park. Yeah.
How dare he? I don't know.
Bear in mind, the man's probably not driven a car in 6 years. No, not quite that much. I remember the last time he was driving a car because he had one of those Peugeot, I think it was 307s, the convertibles. And he crashed it because he was drunk outside my house.
Slow it down, Tom.
Pulling up, it was late at night, he was just coming back from the pub, and we knew it was him, because I got used to the sound of his car pulling up, and you could hear just this bang and then scraping sound and stuff like that. In the morning we just we looked out, and there was a big scrape down the side of his car, and one of the side runners had fallen off, and that was in his back seats and all this kind of thing. And we were like, "John, did you have a bit of an accident last night?" He was like, "No."
Nice. Yeah. Very nicely done, Tom.
Another thing you have to
you see that? Sorry.
There's another thing you have to get used to on my road, parking on both sides, letting people pass.
I think if you're getting a lift off for somebody, you really just let them do what they're doing. Just be happy for the lift. start complaining.
John's a serial complainer.
See, that's the thing about having a car, you know, when people tap you off the list. The only thing worse is if you've got a van. Because if you've got a van, you will have so many mates that you know you've got all about until, oh, well, you've got a van, have you?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, my granddad was a van driver for a lot of his work.
Exactly. Everybody's got something to move.
Everyone had something, always like his van out. He had a big transit like that one at one point, like with a long wheelbase. So yeah. He used to take me and my 7 cousins out in the van. He used to just put us all cushions in the back. That's how we used to get around. No seat belts, just a cushion on the back. Close the door, go off somewhere. It was great. Surprised to find out, and talking to Jess and her friends, the amount of men now that are choosing not to drive, and it's actually surprising. It's kind of spurred me on a little bit more, because there's loads of like Jess's female friends at work where the woman, they drive, they passed their test and they went and got a car, but their male partners are just like, no. Like my hairdresser, I was speaking to him last night, he says, no, I don't drive. Alright, no interest in it.
So we're going to pull up and stop just before the grey car. So if you can stop on the left over here. So just by the raised curb on his own in the middle. So to go to the next one. You're close enough, that's fine. A little bit more and stop there. Perfect. Right, and brake.
Sorry.
Okay, that's your signal. Parallel park.
Okay.
So, first thing you're going to do is pull up into what we call the start position, which is parallel to the car, hence the name, parallel park.
Yeah.
And you want to be basically side by side. Okay. Now, the distance that you want to give between you and the car is about an arm's length, no more. Don't want to be too far away, not too close either, otherwise you won't get around him. So, you know, about half a metre or so, 2/3 of a metre. And stop. Now you can be in this position as well, which is slightly back of him. What we normally say is if you line up your front doors with his back doors, is usually the thing. If he's facing the other way, front doors are front doors, yeah. And then nice and parallel, then you're going to turn your steering wheel one single turn to the left. Okay. Now, because the car's going to be in reverse, you've got the grid system here. Yeah. And what's going to happen is you're going to look around when it's safe. You're going to start reversing, and what's going to happen is this corner is out here. It's going to come in and get to the pavement.
Okay.
At that point, you're going to stop and straighten out your steering. That's going to leave you with a perfect 45-degree angle on if you've done everything well. Yeah. And then you're going to come back in a straight line, a short run. This point is going to be at the pavement until the next one gets to the pavement. Stop again. Then it's going to be a single turn to the right, and that will bring you into a perfect park position. Straight out your steering, finished. The obs are the same as for the other manoeuvres that we do. You know, anybody in your danger area, you stop and wait for them.
Yep.
And that is that. So how does that sound?
It sounds all right. What's classes as a single turn?
360 degrees of the wheel.
So just one.
Yeah. So it says airbag here. Just go all the way around so it says airbag again.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it would be less than that, so you'd have to turn one. Yeah, fair, cool.
Yeah. And that is it. The best thing to do with this one is to just do it a few times and see how you feel about it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay. So when you're ready, if we can go to our start position.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Posty's going to leave.
Yeah, he's just got in the van, hasn't he? You never know when he could be there for another 5 minutes, eating his sandwich or, you know, rifling through your mail. I don't know what to do. Rattling your packages.
Definitely that.
Okay, when you're ready. Because we're not going to go quite as far as him anyway, are we? Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All round, Dobbs, are you good?
Looking good.
So nice and gently. So this is about your start position. This is the only thing that's really important at the moment. slower you go, the better it is at positioning. Just bring your front end in now. Bring your front end in more. Bring it in until you're level, mate. That's it. And then straighten out your steering and stop. Yep, that's it. Perfect.
Do you not want that to be lined up? So
no, this will do, as long as you're basically at the side of him. So, into reverse.
Yep.
You're going to turn your steering wheel 360 degrees to the left, because that's where you want the car to go. Perfect.
Okay.
So as you can see, this point here is going to go to the pavement, or let's say you're a bit further out, you also want a 45-degree angle. So it's when this corner on the grid it gets to the pavement, where the road meets the pavement like that, or you're 45 degrees, whichever comes first.
Okay.
Okay, so if you look around, are you safe?
We're good.
Oh, let's do it then. That's it. So now there is a mandatory, no, keep your steering still, mate. There is a mandatory look over your right shoulder at this point, because the front of your car's swinging out. Slow it down, it's too fast. Stop your car, that's too fast.
Okay.
Go slower. You can see the corner's got to the pavement, yeah?
Yep.
Straighten out your steering. I do suggest that you go slowly until this point gets there. It's a very short run. That's it, nice and gently. Don't let the car go fully, just keep the brakes half on. That's it there, yeah. And now one single turn to the right. In fact, I think actually that's not the, that's still on the road, and that's the pavement there. It's okay, don't matter, we're still, as long as we're in the general area. And this will take you into a perfect park position, so all round obs, are you clear to go?
Looking good.
Let's do it then. Now keep your steering straight, because all the angles have been done for you. Look around, You can see forward here that you're in position. And stop. Okay, steering comes straight. Handbrake and neutral, that's it. Button in, thank you. Done. Yeah, so when we stopped, actually, we stopped at this part, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was meant to be that part, which would have left you in the perfect power position. That would have left you another 10 centimetres to the left. It would have been perfect. That's it.
Right.
The main thing is control the speed of the car. If you just let the brakes go and the car go on its own, you won't have time to do all your obs anyway. All right then, so that's it then. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Easy enough?
Give it another go.
Let's do it then.
Yeah.
Shoulders you go. Nice and slow so you can get yourself into a good position. So remember, it's a parallel part. You do need some movement going with your steering. That's it. Just bring. You need your forward movement. What you can't be doing, Tom. See, right, stop.
Too close now.
Yeah. What happens? You stopped and turned your wheel and then moved. And of course, instead of going nicely in position, you kind of stopped and then it's gone like that. Caught you out. So straighten up your steering. You can still do it from here. Which way did you just do that? Just go forward a centimetre. Stop. This way, mate. That's it. Okay. So you can still do it from here. They're not going to fail you on it. So into reverse. So it's one single turn. You got it. That's it.
Right there.
So all round obs. Are you clear to go?
Yep.
And nice and steady. That's it. Slower, slower. It won't take long to get here at these speeds. So a little bit more and stop. And you can see you've got a nice 45-degree angle on. Straighten out the steering. And this is the one we're going to take this next marker to the same position. Nice and gently. Stop. There.
Nice.
Yes. That's
right.
it.
One.
Yep.
Check.
Yep. That's how you've done is look at this, look around. You can see it from the car in front for your positioning. And there. Steering comes straight. Handbrake and park or neutral, whichever one. See that? Perfect positioning. Alright?
Yeah.
There you are. Parallel park, easy as that. All we need to do now is improve the observation elements of it. At the moment, we're working on the control side.
Yeah.
But once we've done this, like I say, a few times, that once the system gets it in your mind, all right, then we can add the extra ops in to take it up to the test level. All right. Just reverse up a little bit, just make it easier to get to the start position. Now, yeah, you can just reverse about a car length. Now on your driving test, Tom, yeah, they will get you to pull up and stop quite a few times, like 5 or 6 times.
Yes, yeah.
Always leave yourself plenty of room in the car in front, because then one of the times they may say to you, thank you, now parallel park on this car. So what I want you to do is just a bit more. Always try to leave yourself this kind of space, thank you, there. Because if you are going to get the parallel park on your test, it's a lot easier to move off from here than it was where we were.
Yes.
The other one is they may say to you, just go a little bit closer to him, and that'll be to check your angle start.
Right.
Okay, but that's you've got no problems with your angle starts, because you do one at the beginning of every lesson pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have another parallel park then. Okay?
Yep.
You got any questions?
Right, so I'm just watching this family entering the danger zone.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's it.
Okay. Do some checks.
Okay.
Check. So
That's it. Just bring your front end in. Then when it gets there, just stop. Straight, just doing straight. That's it. It's the best way to do it. I just turn it on, and when it gets level, stop.
okay. Reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Over one.
Mm-hmm.
Check that. Right, now it moves. Okay.
Yep.
Straight.
Okay, straighten out your wheels to finish. They will tell you this at the beginning of every manoeuvre. Straight, always start and finish with your steering straight.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. So that's the control side of it, Tom. Nice and easy.
Okay.
It's just from there.
How good with position now?
Yeah, I've got to take my fleece off anyway, so I'll let you have a look. There you go. Pretty much bang on.
Not bad.
As long as you're in the general area, they're good with that. As long as you're not touching the pavement.
Yeah.
The other thing they want to see is they want to see that that shape, you know,
Yeah.
that sort of backwards S shape, and the observations. So the control side there, fine, you're good with it. Observations, you're pretty much there with it. We need to improve it just a little bit more,
Yeah.
with a few more sort of backwards checks of you. This shoulder in particular.
Yeah.
You did check your mandatory blind spot as you went.
Yeah.
When the front of the car swung out, but you didn't actually check out the back window. You looked in your mirror, but you need to actually,
Yeah. Okay.
But apart from that, it's pretty much there. That's all there is to it.
Cool.
Okay, so we do have guidelines about using people's cars for manoeuvres, and it's 3. So we've pretty much done our fill with this one. There's another car further down there. If you want to just drive down there and stop next to him and a quick parallel park, we can do that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Why is that? Just because in case they decide to come out and use their car?
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, the kind of voluntary guidelines, if that makes sense. It's a voluntary sort of code of practice. Nothing's really written down anywhere, but what we normally say is 3 times is usually enough on somebody's car. Well, because you can overuse it. And some cars, are in prime position, you know, and they can get used a lot in a day. That's it. So if we just stop there then. So as you can see, you're a long way from him compared to what you were in the first place, yeah?
Yeah.
Now what that means is when you pop into reverse, a couple of things. It means a couple of things. One, cars, you can put it in reverse, mate. It means cars coming up and down the road have got to wait for you now rather than being able to go around you.
Yeah.
Put you under more pressure. And it also means that if you wait until this corner gets to the pavement, instead of being at 45 degrees, you're going to be right out at sort of 60 degrees or whatever. It's going to be too steep, which means the angle's not going to work, the curve's not going to work for you.
Okay.
So this is why I said to you right at the beginning, use this marker here or the 45 degree angle, whichever comes first, or the 10 past on the clock if you want to imagine this is 12 and 10 past, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that then. So it's okay being this far away from it as long as you understand that you must stop at the 45.
Yeah.
So if you stop there, stop. So you can see he's not quite there on the grid, but
Yeah.
just straighten out your steering, because any more than this it's not going to work for you. Now you still go in a straight line until this one gets there, because this is the money shot, this one.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what's important.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Gonna feel like a long way back in a straight line, this, isn't it? Thank you. That's it. Ooh. Make sure you try to do it where the road meets the pavement.
Yeah.
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 The further up the pavement you go, the closer you're going to be in the end. So.
Thank you.
Yep, looking good, looking proper good actually. Start that. Steering straight. Handbrake can park. So that's absolutely fine, pretty much perfect. The only thing to watch out for being too far away from the car like that is it does tend to bring you further away from it at this position. So when you're doing this, you do need to be, they say, within 1 to 1.5 to 2 car lengths within the distance of that car, and we are just. Okay, any further away from it, and then what they're saying is, well, you've not really parallel parked, you've just reversed up to the pavement.
Right. Okay.
Okay. There's a few other elements that we can deal with as and when we come across faults. You know, for example, you get too close to the pavement and you're about to hit it, you stop and you make some adjustments. We'll do that later, another time. But I think for now, we should leave this today, let that sink in for a week.
Cool.
Come back and have another go next week.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is that something you can get your head around? And
I hope so.
yeah,
I've got to be able to do it from our bloody street, haven't I?
yeah. Well, yeah, it's necessity, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. No, I think you've done pretty good with it, to be fair, Tom. So yeah, let's drive off, do a bit of driving.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, when you're ready, then, sir. Nice. We are going to be turning left at the end of this road. I wonder if they know where they're going. That's dead end down there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Years of experience.
I got it wrong once or twice in the early years, and yeah, don't go down there anymore. Unless, of course, I want the pupil to get themselves out of it. Like, oh no, we've gone in a dead end. What are you going to do about it?
To be fair, something we've only ever done once now. I think it was a turn in the road. Remember, we drove up to Motor Point and did it there.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Yeah. So if we can turn right at the end of the road. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
So
creep forward a bit.
you must be able to see before you come.
There we go. That's better.
Yep. Road on the right, please.
Okay.
Turning left. Let's exit.
I love a nice smooth corner.
This what?
So I love a nice smooth corner like that.
See, that's the thing about driving, you know, every is full of little successes and rewards, you know.
Oh yeah. That perfect bit of road that's just been tarmacked as well. See, I have a question for you actually, and me and Jess pondered this. So you know, on motorways and they put in traffic calming measures. So this is why they have like variable speeds along motorways. So one section will be 70, and then it might drop down to 60 or 50, and so on. the difference in surfacing material that they use, you can tell when you're driving along like an A road or a thing like that. It's one minute you'll hit quite smooth, it almost seems to be really relaxing and stuff, and then they'll use what seems a lot coarser bitumen.
Turning right. Yeah.
Right, is there a reason for that? Is it to jolt you awake if you start nodding off on the smooth sections?
Nope. Okay, clear to go.
Yeah.
So round you go. No, it's there are different levels of tarmac. Some of it is got better grip, so it's more grippy. But it seems like there's no real sort of standard sort of rule. You know, I think they use the best they can get at the time.
Yeah.
Or whatever the budget allows. But if you're coming up to roundabouts off of slip roads and stuff like that, they can put the studded
that rumble strip thing.
Yeah, rumble strips and stuff like that. So we're turning left. First exit at this one. I had a guy once from he's on secondment to tarmac in the UK.
Yeah.
From India, and his job was working on the compositions of these things. I tried to talk to him about it, and I said, well, so is it different kinds of tarmac and for different road surfaces? He was like, no, it's all the same, it's all the same. And I said, well, it can't, because some of it's smooth and some of it's rough.
Yeah.
He was like, no, it's all the same. That's all I could get out of it. Turning left. But I mean, clearly, it's different. Look, you can see, it's even different colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different.
And you do feel that.
Yeah, if you've got a nice bit of new motorway, it is really nice, yeah. Right, other things that can make a difference. Your tyres. Now, the reason I'm laughing is because at the moment we're on budget tyres, because that's what I've always had, because I go through that many of them.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
And I've said, when I retire, I'm not getting budget tyres. I've had enough of them. I'm getting nice, expensive Continentals or something like that. As it happens, this car that I'm going to look at has got brand new tyres on it, and I even looked into them, and they're pretty good, about 100 quid a chuck, it's 100 quid a corner. And these are like made for, they're called grabbers, and apparently they're like really good in the wet. And because of the kind of profile of them, they've got a flat profile, so it makes them smoother as well. There's some tyres, I don't know if you know about tyres, some are better for gripping, some are better for quietness, some are better for whatever, and
the only little bit of information I know about tyres is from watching Formula 1, and obviously they use slicks and stuff, and they provide better grip at temperature in the drive, so it's why they warm the tyres up before they while they're on the starting grid. Usually, well, to be honest with you, the tyres pretty much sit with little cushions on them all the time, even when they're in the garages and things, to try and keep them at a decent temperature, just for grip purposes. But the science behind why a slick tyre has better grip at temperature, I couldn't begin to understand. Well, begin to explain, should I say. So yeah, that's about as far as my knowledge of tyres goes. I think some look cool.
Speed bump. Yeah, also I think the more expensive ones are going to have probably better compound in there. The actual rubber's going to be better, should last longer as well. So even though they're not budget tyres, they might cost twice as much as your budget is, but you're probably going to get 70% more life out of them anyway. Plus the fact that they're better gripping and better handling and better braking. It's like you probably end up paying about the same.
Are you allowed to use second-hand tyres?
Yeah, as long as your tyres are legal, and you can get retreads. I would never bother with one myself. On a car like this, I think you're looking at about 45 quid a corner. Yeah. So it's cheap. Why would you go for a retread at 30 quid, Because
what's classed as a retread? Literally recarve your existing tyres.
Yeah, what they'll do, recarve them,
Yeah.
Or I think they either recarve them, or I'm sure I saw one where they actually stick a tread on the outside with a glue.
Right.
Which never seemed like a good idea to me. But,
it's almost like painting over an already painted door.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The only thing that I do, like for example, I got a puncture on the front offside a while back, straight on second exit, and they're quite new tyres, so instead of having a new tyre, which I would normally do with a puncture, I've gone to repair it because it was in the part of the tyre that can be repaired.
Yeah.
And that's fine now. So up to your giveaway lines, right up to it, and then look for your opportunities. How about now? Go on, Tom, do it. Because you've seen it, react on it. Trust your instincts. And then we turn left as well. Just take your time. Lisa. Yeah, so the repair basically 15 quid. So it's cheaper than, it's a third of the price of a new tyre. And all they do, if you, we had a little whatever, a nail in there, whatever, and it's a long story, but anyway. So all they do, where the nail's gone in, or the screw or whatever, they get it out, and then they re-drill it with a particular size drill bit, 8mm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they insert the rubber bung thing.
Yeah.
And it's sticky, and I don't know, they kind of heat it up and it cures. It's going to go like straight away. It's they're really good.
I'm guessing the size of your car, so the size of the tyre and stuff like that, it's going to vary. So something like this is probably not going to cost as much to
turn left.
Re-tyre as much as say my dad's Discovery.
You know, years ago, and I'm talking. Are you good?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm talking about 22, 23 years ago now. I had a BMW, a 3 Series BMW, 2.8 litre fuel injected beast of a car. Called it Brutus. No, seriously, that was the name I put on him. It was an awesome car, but the tyres were like this wide, whereas the extra wide ones, and they were 200. Back then, they were 200 quid each. Yeah, so to get your car retired, 800 quid. Yeah, I think I only did it once, but yeah. Whereas a car like this, 160 quid these days. So turning right, third exit. Oops, you've gone into the left lane, so just be aware of the situation. So, yep, check your mirrors here. This is what's really important. If you're turning right, try to get yourself into the right-hand lane. You could have been put into a situation there where you would have had to go ahead. If somebody had nipped in the left-hand right-hand position there, and taken it, you would have had to give way to them.
Would you get a minor mark for poor positioning?
For your positioning, yeah. If you don't correct it safely, then it would be a serious.
Yeah.
So we are turning right into the next road. So it's just after the White House here. And for this one, you want to get right over by the white lines if you can. Signal back on, please, Tom. That's it. And there you go. Take the next road. Be careful, just a little bit close to the pavement. Could feel it going into the drains.
So do you want to go left?
Turning left, yeah. Taking the next road on the right.
everyone else here.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone else here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shortcut to get up to where we want to be, but sometimes people don't really know where they're going anyway. And this one's probably on a tour around the country doing whatever. Pulling into a little car park and have a walk around the city, who knows. So we're turning right, you know where you are now, you're going to drive yourself home from here.
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Oh, straight on, nice one.
Sandy, what was that little remote control you got going on, is it?
Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Put in the car, switch is green. You know what, one day they might have something like that. You buy a premium product, it switches the lights to green for you when nobody else is around or whatever.
Yeah.
Got priority, just take your time. Time to make them feel guilty, eh? Right, there's your space.
Looking clear. Probably should have gone there. I suppose I'm always looking for spaces near my house.
Yeah, just pull it off the top here. Or if you have to go around the corner, go around the corner. It's no big deal, is it really?
Pull up behind that van.
That's as long as you don't go on the pavement. You just pull it right up behind him, don't worry about the drop curve for our purposes. That's it then.
There you go. Wonderful.
Indeed.
Yeah, bang on too. Oh, look at that. Pull up.
Oh, yeah. Who knew, eh? Okay, so next week, put you in for 9 o'clock on Friday morning.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
No problem.
And the following week we'll work it out and back to normal, I think. All right, that's us done then, sir. So learn something new today.
There's 4 queens.
4 queens, no queens.
No kings. I've not had a single king yet. I think that's all queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all queens.
Thank you, sir.
There you go, mate. Right, I shall see you next week for more fun.
Indeed, yeah. So kids are off, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got them at home now, have you?
Yeah, they're at home at the moment. We're a bit cheeky and kind of leave them on the road.